Well, hey folks, Species7 here. Welcome to the channel and welcome back to the Riverbend Farm here in Farm Sim 25. And just checking out the hired workers' job progress. Well, that was scary. What else we got going on? I do believe we are, yes, we are making some bales. Oh, right. We are not, because I'm out of wrap. Now, luckily, an episode or two ago, I did actually move the wrap to the farm, so we don't have to go all the way to the shop to grab it. That's kind of cool. Hope everybody's doing well. It is the 8th of February as I record this. There we go. Refill the baler. Click. Are we good? We're good. Now, I have been puttering about, thinking about things, looking at things, and we are, of course, a year past when we started this farm now. We are into our second cycle. We've harvested all of our crops once. We've come to the realization that pretty much, as long as you can do contracts, you can make all the money you could ever want to make. And now with the rice also in the can, as it were, we've covered, I think, pretty much all that we can on this particular go through. In other words, what I'm saying is I think we are pretty much done with this map. I'd like to move on to a non-giants modded piece, and the more I look at the new map that Cavalier Roy just put up, the more I think that might be the way to go. Now you say, but you do realize that's a UK map, and it has hedges and stuff like that. I also realize that in the small print, oh, we need to turn that back on now. In the small print, Cavalier Roy does mention that all of that is deletable. All of the fences, etc., are sellable. Fences, walls, all of that stuff. So all of the fields can be easily accessed and or combined, etc., etc. So pretty cool. Same thing, our Frontier Forest map. Nice little starter to the homestead style map, but with a lot of the features not really as functional as they should be, i.e. the contracts, etc. You're pretty much stuck with you either, you know, have something to do on your fields, or you cut down trees and sell them, because there's no real intermediary production other than wood, and with no contracts to run, etc. It will take you literally years to buy production facilities, never mind ever pay them off. So yeah, I don't know that we're going to be bothering with Frontier Forest anymore. You know, if another homestead style map rears its head, we'll definitely give it a look, because that is still my favorite format for these, you know. But, and it, again, as not only a first attempt at that style of map, but the actual first kind of released map to the mod hub, not bad at all. I've enjoyed it. So yes, we are going to be, well, I've already closed that farm down basically. This one, yeah, same thing. This is, you know, we started August 1st, and I think that we can probably safely say after a year we've done most of what's available. So, and again, thanks to the fact that you can pretty much buy your way to the top doing contracts. Not that I have an issue with that. I mean, you know, it sure as heck beats the heck out of, you know, your usual starter farm with one little field and a little bit of cheap equipment that, you know, might allow you to harvest the first crop that's sitting there waiting, because again, you do start in August, so you don't have a lot of choice as to what you do with your farm the first year. You know, it would take you forever without the contracts to get any further than just that, right? So we'll have a look. Like I said, I've read through all the details. I have installed the other map. I haven't had a chance to zoom through it. I got a little behind on videos as I had some other things to occupy me for a few days. So all of the advanced videos I've made have reached a point where, well, this one goes up the day after I make it, which means I have no more videos on backlog. I have one more video on backlog in the non-farm sim series, but that was actually just a sort of happy accident. I didn't realize I had already recorded a video to fill a particular day, so I recorded another one on a different game, and well, I guess we'll put that one up the next day. So there you go. But yeah, I think, you know, as far as release maps for Giants, I think this is probably one of their better ones. As an entirety of a map. You know, they didn't really introduce anything new. You know, with 22, of course, we had the map where you could, you know, repair the roller coaster and a few other things, and it was kind of a different concept for a map. But I mean, other than that, it wasn't a great map. It was very typical of Giants. You know, 98% of the things on the map are there purely to look pretty. They're not interactable in any way. Now that Giants is getting a heck of a lot more into the production end of things, you know, most of the buildings you run into are usable in one way or another. You know, you can either drop stuff off, pick stuff up, make stuff, sell stuff, or buy stuff. So, and that's what I mean by interactable. I don't really care if you can go inside and stare at the well-placed and polished set pieces, because, well, that doesn't really add to a game in any way. Other than maybe a bit of an immersiveness, but, well, the immersiveness of Farm Sim I don't think is, or ever was, designed to be that which you see in buildings. It's all about this, right? Being able to choose a piece of equipment that you find interesting or that you might have a preference for and put it through its paces, basically, you know. Well, I guess the only thing we didn't actually manage on the farm so far was to get a piece of cloth out of the stupid spinnery. Oh, well. Again, maybe if we were using the full-size facilities, you know, they would be producing that by now. But quite frankly, the pricing on them, although realistic enough, I mean, one doesn't go out and buy a factory for, you know, the change they find in their couch. It's still, when you're looking at most of them being in the $300,000 range, yeah, you know, not great. I installed what I think is an interesting mod today. It's a finance mod, but rather than, allowing extra large loans to be taken out or, that sort of thing, which a lot of the other money-related ones have done, this actually allows, and again, talk about your realistic concepts. When you walk into ye old tractor store to buy your shiny little orange Kubota, if you don't have $125,000 in your pocket to buy the base model, you can do what actual farmers do. You can finance it. Yeah, that's what this finance mod is all about, is actually financing equipment. Right. So yeah, you'll pay a down payment and then a monthly stipend with included interest. Alright. Should you fail to pay off the unit in the designated time, well, the old collection agency will come by and they will repo your kit. So yeah, I think that's going to add a rather interesting dimension. If you're 2 weeks away from when your wheat field becomes ready and there's no way you can afford that $500,000 harvester, well, have no fear. In exchange for the deed to your farm, we'll lend you the money. Now, they don't actually ask for the deed for the farm, but yeah, you can play the financial game of win and lose, and lose, and lose, and lose. There we go. All right, that's all the bales that are the bales. Now, of course, a new map is going to take a little bit of prep work, as I haven't even actually seen it in the flesh, so I'll need to go in and stomp about. I believe there's 4 different starting areas for farms, or 4 different farms, as he put it. So, decide what sort of an area. I would imagine that usually when there's a choice of farms, it's because there's things like, do you want the farm with the pigs and the chickens? Do you want the farm that has the goats and the sheep? Or do you want the one that has the cows? Right? Different stuff. There's also some apparently pretty decent forestry areas. So if you want to make your initial money by playing in the woods, you can. Alright, we have issue here. No. There we go. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that sort of thing. Especially considering that this isn't any kind of a mod or anything. This is the stock in-game machine. In fact, both of these are. I do have a modded Kubota tractor, but this is the in-game one. Woohoo! Just about rolled the tractor. That wouldn't be very good. Oops. Crap. Still got it. What are we doing here? 4 more, eh? Alrighty. And we'll grab these last 2, and that will do it. There we are. So I see Oban 102 released a video on his new Ricci Flats, I believe it's called, a Ricci Flats map. So, nice looking map. Looks like it's going to work out alright. You're the only crow on the map. Quit trying to kill yourself. Good God, buddy. Yeah, it's a 4x, a large 4x map, of course, and mostly big fields. Well, the medium fields are big, the big fields are absolutely huge. And, yeah, fairly generous with the starting equipment, I'll give them that. Considering, again, the size of what you're going to be dealing with, that's probably a good thing. And, of course, lots of production. So, yeah, it's not yet available for general consumption, but it is out in testing phase, so it shouldn't be too long now. Well, it's in private testing, and then, of course, it's once they work out whatever they might find with that, then they've got to try and get it through Giants testing to get it up on the hub. I assume he's putting it on the mod hub. I don't know why you would choose to put it somewhere else unless you're going to put it on one of these small malware-ridden sites, which generally I think most of the modders are doing for just so they have the option of monetizing the mod. And nothing wrong with that. They're a lot of work, and they're work I can't do, so I rely on other people to do it. But I don't think that's Old Man's intent on this one, but we'll see how it goes. I'm glad that he has worked out the issues he was having with the editor. It's always hard to get used to a new system, and of course, pretty much every time Giants releases an iteration of their game, you know, they release a new iteration of the editor. So, but yeah, there's he does have a video up. There is a link to his channel in the description down below, if you care to watch the video and see what the fine Mr. Oldman has been up to. Certainly worth a look. There's also links to such awesome and amazing YouTubers as Sooty Farmer, whose farm sim content is far more entertaining and of value to actual farm sim lovers, other than as opposed to my blind stumblings about. see what we end up with as an overage here. Whoop, 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 whoop. There you go. Ah, there goes the train. So yeah, I know it's kind of a sudden announcement. I hadn't really made any noises about us looking at another map, but as I say, the more I look at Cavalier Roy's new map, the more I think, you know, that would be a really worthy replacement for the stock Giants map. So next time around, we'll get to have a little look at it. I'm not going to get rid of this map right away, just in case we find that there is, you know, some issue with the other map. And, you know, or if we discover that unfortunately with the new editing system, if you want to make improvements or fix bugs, you basically have to scrap the saves. If that's going to be the case, then we may just wait till there's a version 4.8 of any maps that are released to the hub. But I doubt it, so yeah. Well, there we are. We managed to get a grand total of 43 bales. Well, there's my watch telling me, oh, you've been sitting for too long. Yeah, okay. All you want me to do is get up and walk over there. As long as you're upright for more than a minute after you get that alarm, you reset it back to 0. So, you know. How much good is it actually doing me paying attention to you? And it does that every hour, because it doesn't feel that you should sit more than an hour at a time. And it's probably absolutely right. And since we've had this horrible, snowy, icy thing affecting us here on the beautiful Sunshine Coast, which, I mean, for most of Canada is not a problem. You know, 4 or 5 months of the year, this is the way things are. But when you live in one of these places where it's a real rarity, well, nothing's really made for it. You know, we don't have a lot of clearing equipment. So it's pretty much gets to run the route of all the main stuff, and by the time it finishes running the route of all the main stuff, it's time to start again. So little side roads like the ones that lead up to my apartment building, or God help us, our parking lot, just don't ever get done. And the other thing that doesn't ever get done, because there's no way they're going to spend the money on the type of equipment it would take to do it for the once a year they need it, is any sort of sidewalk clearing. And unfortunately, most of the people in this town, again for the same reason, you know, I mean, everybody might own a broom, but I'll guarantee you not everyone in this town owns a snow shovel, right? So if it's light enough that they can sweep it away, they'll often clear the sidewalks. But if it's not, and it certainly wasn't this time, or God help us, it freezes after it falls, which it certainly did this time. Yeah, basically until it thaws on its own, the sidewalks are unusable. So that makes my daily walks a thing I cannot accomplish, unfortunately. I've been doing all of my exercise on my recumbent exercise bike, which, I don't know, it's fine, I guess. So we get all of this gear as a result of our hard labor and works. Yeah, it was tough. Alright, well, you're an idiot. What is that? I mean, seriously, why? Oh, it's all good. We're done. Let's go home. You know, did you really look back at the field and go, yeah, good enough? I don't think so. There we go. Now the job's done. I do like this this new plow, and one of the nice things about it, it's actually listed as a plow, not a subsoiler. So when you have things that they say we want you to plow them, you can show up with this, and it works. Of course, the other version of it we had, you could show up with it, and it wouldn't. Work, that is. So, here we go. Whoa! Well, that was a little bit iffy. Whew. Like about another few centimeters tipping back, and it would have just simply bloody fallen over. So, yeah. Alright, now, I would like to know, before we go, we've not sold any of this. So we're just going to take it up to our little kiosk. Really? Help. Oh, come on, man. Who knew, eh? Here, let's see if we can push it back. That's pretty good. Okay. Oy vey. That piece of equipment there probably weighs 10 times what I do. Alright. Whew. $1,100. Not bad. Not bad. The other thing that we have not yet sold is eggs. I found this kiosk to be comparable, if not better, than most of the other places on the map for selling stuff. Like, largely, if you look at the prices, this is as good or better than just about anything else on the map for fairly much every product. $2,200 for the eggs. Sweet. Now, there's... Okay, oil we've sold. Milk we haven't. And honey we haven't. Now, this is a year's worth of honey from 30, 90, and then whatever, I guess 92 hives total. So yeah, an entire year production from 92 hives. Just under $2,000. So less than the pallet of eggs. For that pricing, they need to do better. Those bees need to just hurry their little bumble butts up a notch. Okay, oil we've sold. So let's just move that out of the way. But we've never sold goat's milk, mainly because, well, it's not worth what it's worth in the metal containers, and it takes forever. So, yeah, this will be the one and only crate of goat's milk we will get. $215 wage payment. Well, there's half the profit of what we're selling. Wow. $4,200. That's a nice payday. But, like I say, unfortunately, if you take 1,000 liters of just the raw milk, well, which we don't have, of course, it's 441. Yeah, 270, so not even close. But yeah, it's actually better money to sell it raw. Oh, wait a minute, we have some here. So let's see. Now, I mean, that's according... Oh. To the, actual lookup thing. The sheet that shows the prices. And according to that, 1,000 liters of this is worth more than 1,000 liters of that. So... Ah, we can't sell this here. Alright, well, then I guess they kind of got you coming or going because you have to turn it into milk to sell it. Although maybe the actual dairy in town, I guess you could sell it, right? So, yeah, like the big dairy. You could probably sell it to them. But there you go. We've kind of flogged one of every product now. We could sell all of this and make a ton of money. You know. But yeah, there you go. This is our next project, I guess, is we'd have to get out here and roll all these fields. I'm sure it probably suggests we do something else first, but... Oh yeah, pick up stones. And it needs lime. Oh, that's right, they don't want you to roll until you actually put the seed down. So we need to pick up the stones and lime the field. There you go. We ended up with a fair chunk of bales. 50? Oh, that's just what it shows. Round straw bales. 75 round grass bales. And 23 silage bales. There you be. Alright guys, I think that's going to do it for me. Now, there's also the distinct possibility that next episode you'll find I'm right back here. Because I'm going to, at some point today, load up Roy's map and have a really good putter about, see if I can actually get something functional that I like and that works for me. And then I'll have to go from there. But for now, I think that's the plan, is that when next you see me, we'll be running a different base. So there you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that like button. It helps out a ton. I actually have the money to buy you if I wanted to. And take care of each other. Ciao for now. That was weird.